Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 31:48. Jesus gives the people food. Retold by Penny Frank. The New Testament tells us how God sent his son Jesus to show us what God is like and how we can belong to God's kingdom. Because Jesus was a very special person, God's only son, God's own son, exciting things often happen to the people near him, things which show the power of God. The people call them miracles. This is the story of the biggest picnic ever and how Jesus showed God's power at work. You can find the story in your own Bible in John's Gospel, chapter 6. Many people crowded to hear Jesus. They liked to listen to what he said about God's kingdom, and Jesus loved to talk to them. Some of the special friends of Jesus were fishermen on Lake Galilee. They liked taking Jesus out fishing with them. One day, they took Jesus across the lake in their boat to get away from the crowds. But when they got to the other side, they found that the people had run around the lake to meet them. There was a great crowd. Some of them were poor people who had no money or jobs. Others were rich and wore expensive clothes. The children had a wonderful time. They ran on the grass and hid behind rocks. When they were tired, they made their way through the crowd of grown-ups until they were close to Jesus. They all listened to him. "Look," said Jesus to the grown-up, "to come into God's kingdom, you must be like one of these little children. Then God will welcome you." "But what is his kingdom like?" asked the people. "It is like a beautiful pearl," said Jesus. "Once you have seen it, you are ready to give all you have in order to own it." "What a wonderful kingdom," everyone said. By the time the evening came, they were a long way from the nearest town, and everyone was very hungry. Jesus' friends wanted him to send the people home, but Jesus said, "No, they need some food before they go. You must give them something to eat." "How can we?" said his friend. "There are so many people here." The friends talked together. They were worried. There were no shops in the hills, and anyway, they had no money to buy so much food. A little boy who had been with them all day came up to them. "I forgot to eat my food because I was listening to Jesus. Would you like it?" Would. When Jesus took the food, he did not eat it himself. He told his friends to make the people sit down on the grass. They must get ready for a great big picnic. The friends did as Jesus told them, but they knew that all Jesus had was the boy's food. There were only 5 little rolls of bread and 2 small fish. "It's not even enough for us," they said. Then Jesus stood up and said, "Thank you to God for giving them food. Jesus picked up the boy's little basket and said to his friends, "You will need a basket each to take food to all these people." Jesus laughed. "Look how far you have to carry it." And he pointed up the hill to all the people. Each friend had a basket. Each one took some of the rolls and fish in his basket. They obeyed Jesus. Each friend went to a different part of the hillside. They started to give food to the people. At first, they only gave tiny pieces to everyone. Then they found they had enough to give a second helping. Soon they saw that there was plenty of food for all the people at the picnic. The friends stopped looking worried. They smiled. Then they laughed. It was just like a party. The little boy was very pleased. He had not had time to eat his friend. to eat his food. When the picnic was over, everyone helped to pick up the scraps. They put all the food which had not been eaten into baskets. There were 12 baskets full. The people couldn't believe their eyes. It's a miracle, they said. Jesus had only 5 rolls and 2 fish. Now we are full of food and oh, this is left over. Oh my goodness. Give thanks to God, said Jesus. But God's kingdom has even better bread than this. Bread which will never go stale, never go stink. Why don't you ask for that bread too? What bread does God have which lasts forever? They asked. He has me, smiled Jesus. I am the bread of life. I have come to give you life forever. The end. Thank you, Lord, my Jesus.